Okay, chat. Chat. It is time to get serious. Put on your serious faces, chat. Serious face. Because we are going to be looking at the latest installment of Johnny Somali is a piece of shit. So, I wanted to wait for something like with Rev because Legal Mindset, I figured was me too dry. Atozy, I didn't feel he was going to give the proper attention to the story. Rev, I think, is going to give proper attention to the aspects of the story that are important. So that's why I was kind of waiting for someone like either Rev or Clownfish. Rev got the story out before Clownfish did, so that's why we'll do Rev. Yeah, I saw Hefe. I saw that, and I was thinking about doing a Tozy story. I sometimes have a problem with how Atozy presents stories, though, which is why I was like, I don't know. But when you guys mentioned Rev did the story, I was like, okay, if Rev's put the story out on it, we're checking it out. We are absolutely checking out Rev's story on it. So, Rev gets the meat and potatoes of it. Are they? Okay.
Yay.
And they is backwards. Why is they backwards? How did you accomplish? Oh, you can mirror it. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, Border Ravens, have a wonderful night. Thanks for stopping by. True enough, it is still pronounced yay, although the letters themselves were actually backwards. Alright, chat. Let's see. We know it's bad. First and foremost, we know this is bad. Let's see just how bad it is.
Hey, what's up, guys? Riv here. So today we got some big updates regarding the nuisance streamer Johnny Somali. So on the scale of effing around and finding out, Johnny Somali is currently entrenched on the finding out stage during his time at Korea. So as you can see, Legal Mindset here shares an article from Korea reporting that Johnny Somali has been indicted on a set of charges and is going to trial. And the
let me read this real quick. Huge update. Johnny Somali was officially indicted today over his actions at 7-Eleven. This has huge implications as it will go to summary proceedings, will not go to summary proceedings, but rather he will face a trial. This means Korea is serious. We'll discuss on my next live. Ooh. So they're jumping past summary proceedings and they're going straight to fucking trial. Not only is Johnny Somali in his find out stage, he's fucking speed running this shit. Now, he went to Korea and said, I'm gonna speed run my demise. This is fucking great. Wait. They'll demand extradition from what, King? They've taken away his passport. He can't leave Korea. He cannot leave Korea. He's trapped there. Where are they going to extricate him from? He's not in the embassy, I don't think. Is he? Is he hiding in the embassy? I didn't think he was. I felt like he was actually being held in a police station. I thought he was actually being held by Korean authorities. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he was in custody. Leah. 2 pop shot, 28-year minimum from what I heard. I didn't think they may. This may have changed. It may have changed.
Right away. No trial, no nothing. Right to jail, right away.
It may have changed. I did not hear anything about him getting an immersive passport and getting back to America. I thought he was being held in custody by Korean authorities. That was the last thing I heard. Now, if that's changed, this changed, but we're gonna find out.
The specific set of charges he is facing are actually quite serious because the evidence related to that is both public and very, very set in stone for him. It seems like he is
Yep.
absolutely cooked if this keeps moving forward. Now, before we get into the specifics with these updates, let's just talk about Johnny Somali recently, right? We know his stay in Korea has been a very messy one. He is right now on somewhat of an apology tour, trying to save face, where he has shaved his head and tried to apologize for some of the more offensive things he has done during his stay in Korea, but obviously nobody is buying that. And also, to give you an idea of just how quick.
And from what I heard when he was doing this apology tour, and I think he posted it to like Twitter or something, everyone was saying, do not believe a fucking word he says. This is his modus operandi. He fucks around in a country, pisses everyone off, then goes on an apology tour. They let him go, and as soon as he's out of the countries, he goes, haha, got him, dumbasses. I wasn't sorry at all. So everyone has been adding, like the Korean authorities saying, do not fucking believe him. He's full of shit. All he does is lie. Book his ass. Yeah, well, Duran, the fact that Legal Mindset posted the thing saying they're skipping straight to trial. Yeah.
Quickly things fell apart for Johnny Somali. He was doing his normal routine in Korea once he arrived only about a month ago, going around being annoying for content, but once he took it to the next level, things will never go back for him, and that involves his antics with comfort women statues where he was groping, dancing.
I didn't know about this. I didn't know about this one. Oh, fuck. He actually, like, stripped out of his shirt. Wait, is this the one? I think you guys mentioned this. He, like, strips down practically naked, greased up, and grinds on the statue. Is that what this video is? But yeah, he baby oiled himself up, strips down to, like, his underwear, and grinds on it. Okay, that was this one. Yeah, you guys told me about that one. I didn't see it. You guys told me about it. Like, all of them, from what I heard. He, from what I've heard, Oseki, he's, like, fucked around with, like, all of the statues. It's fucking bad.
Dancing on and kissing these statues, which is so offensive that it caused national outrage. And a lot of people started following him on his streams, finding him whenever he would go live, and they started beating him up to the point where Johnny Somali tried to leave the country, but was denied by Korean law enforcement because he is under investigation for a long series of charges, including offenses related to drug possession as well as assault. And these specific charges that he might actually face are quite serious in Korea and could land him with 10 plus years in jail. Now,
yeah, well, last I heard that number got upped to, I heard 28, Hefe, you're saying you heard 29. Yeah, this number has increased since Dexero posted this. Because this is back on the 6th, this number has increased. We are now at 28, 29 years.
Now, there's also another subset of potential charges people have been talking about over the past couple of days. So Johnny Somali made a deepfake of a Korean streamer named Bong Bong. So they had done some streams together, but Johnny Somali thought it was a good idea to post several AI-generated videos, including one where he was making out with this streamer. And as you can see in the corner here, you can see...
Correct me if I'm wrong, but do not Koreans take doing these deep fakes like this really fucking seriously? I'm pretty sure they take this really fucking seriously. If you deep fake another person on the internet, they go hard on that shit. Yeah. Oh, that's not good. That's where the 12 to 29 years came from. Okay. Okay. Well, it's not even slander. I think don't they classify it as like identity theft? Or like some variant of that? Which they take far more fucking seriously than the United States does. Okay, so that's how he got the increased possible jail time. Okay. Heckle? because that's how he gets out of this shit. If they just deport him and ban him, it's the same as every other country. Excuse me. Korea's, he would just be getting away with it again, because that's his modus operandi. Korea is actually saying, nah, I don't fucking think so. We're not playing around with this shit like you did, like Japan or Israel did. It's, you've been, because I'm guessing when Johnny was doing this, they probably did some their investigation probably did some research and they went, oh, he's been doing this all over the fucking world. It ends here. And by the way, chat, I don't know if you heard about this, and I don't know if Rev's going to talk about it. Because of Johnny Somali, Korean authorities are now doing, they called them like terrorist drills. I don't think that may or may not be proper phrasing, but from what I've heard, the Korean authorities now have terrorist drills to deal with live streamers, with destructive live streamers. They actually are training police to treat live streamers like this as terrorists and how to arrest them quickly. That's what Johnny Somali has done. Because they did it because of him. They 100% did it because of him. So, like, he is 100% in the find out arc. Now, the one thing that I have concern about, is if a certain individual in a certain building at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue is going to try and step in and talk to the Korean government and say, hey, let Johnny Somali go, he's an American citizen. That's my fear. Because by all rights, if they were smart, regardless of who's in the office at the time, they need to leave it the fuck alone and say, you know what, you fucked around, it's time for you to find out. I hope to God the US government does not try and step in and say, hey, you should let him go. Well, Yardog, I don't know. You know what, and it's really easy to say not with who's incumbent, or not with who's incoming, but you don't know. You don't. Because depending on how popular he is considered, he might. We just do not fucking know. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. We'll see. But anyway, let's continue.
The watermark of the AI tool that he was using to make this. And the individual, the Bong Bong streamer, has dropped the potential lawsuit that she was threatening to raise against Johnny Somali, but that doesn't really matter because what he did is a criminal offense in South Korea. As you can see from Reuters here, this is a very big deal in South Korea. Deepfakes are taken very seriously. In fact,
South Korea police have handled over 800 deepfake sex crime cases this year. Global efforts to combat deepfakes include U.S. legislation and social media platforms. Wow. And they passed a bill on Thursday, September 26th, no idea what year this is, that criminalized possessing or watching sexually explicit deepfake images and videos, with penalties set to include prison terms and fines. So this must have been, I don't know when, that was this year. Okay, so that was a couple months ago. Wow. It was almost like they knew Johnny Somali was coming and the shit that he pulls. Nice.
They can carry up to 3 years in jail and a 30 million won fine, about $22,000. They take this stuff very seriously, and this is just one of the infinite potential charges Johnny Somali could be facing, and all of this stuff, by the way, is recorded, and it's publicly available because he streams everything that he is doing. However, this is the biggest update. Like I said, Legal Mindset shares this article, and we'll hear from him later in this video about some of the specifics of the charges he is facing. But this is an article from.
Well, yep, King, excuse me. But you're looking at it from a Western legal perspective. This is a Korean legal perspective. Doesn't work the same. Korean law, he's in Korea. He falls under Korean law, even though he's an American citizen. Regardless of the fact that of his citizenry, when you are in a foreign nation, you have to abide by that foreign nation's laws. And while there is possibly some wiggle room, if there's like a law that you didn't realize was present, and it didn't do something egregious, there's wiggle room there. But by and large, what Johnny Somali did was egregious. And the excuse of I'm an American, I didn't realize that was illegal, don't fucking fly. Yeah, but King Ellison, do they define mens rea at the same as Western legal systems do? That's the thing. What is their definition? I don't know, which is why I'm asking. But at the same time, with Johnny, it's not a question of watching. We're kind of getting into the weeds here as far as like this part of it, because this has nothing to do with watching this stuff. Johnny made it, and it's illegal to make it. So mens rea is out the fucking window. Because it's not he was caught watching it. He created the fucking thing. So there's no like wiggle room gray area in this case.
From the Junyang Daily. Okay, they say this: Johnny Somali to face trial over convenience store outburst. Johnny Somali, a US streamer known for his offensive online antics, will face trial for creating a commotion in a convenience store. The Seoul Western District Prosecutor's Office said Tuesday that the streamer, whose legal name is Ramzi Khalid Ishmael, was indicted without detention, charged with obstruction of business. The police handed over the streamer to the prosecution Wednesday. Now, this is very interesting. So, to make things clear in the legal process here, some people are saying he's like guilty already. He's going to jail. He's been.
Yeah, but King, I see where you're going with that, but guarantee you, Korea does not do the Korea will not accept an affluenza defense. Korea is not the U.S. Their justice system is not pussified like the United States' justice system is. And if his lawyer tries to pull the affluenza-style defense, it ain't flying. Yeah, because Korean prosecutors, my guess is that when they bring something to trial, they win. They will not bring something to trial unless they can win. So, he fucked. Johnny's fucked, and I am here for it.
Been found guilty on whatever charge. That's not happened yet. It's likely to happen down the road, but right now, Johnny Somali has been indicted, which means these charges were proposed to the prosecutor's office, they accepted them, and they have now indicted Johnny Somali with these charges. And the one that he is facing is actually very interesting. It wasn't the drug possession or the alleged assaults or the deepfakes or anything like that. It was a convenience store disruption that he caused. Now, this is the actual clip. We have shown this before when we were just covering.
Yeah, and this actually surprised me. We've seen this video footage. It surprises me that this is what it was what they're charging him with. Excuse me. This surprises me that this is the bulk of the case. Yeah, exactly. In the States and in Canada, for God's sake, he would just get like a disorderly conduct, disturbing the peace, maybe a misdemeanor, probably less. I'm really surprised that Korea's going this hard on just this. Because out of everything he did, this is what they're using? Unless there's more to this that we're gonna find out, but that surprises me that this alone is the big ticket.
His general antics in Korea. But basically, he went to a convenience store in South Korea. Oh my God. There's copyrighted music, by the way. I have to mute this just so YouTube itself doesn't bonk me. But basically, Johnny Somali goes into a convenience store where, very importantly, early on, he is asked to leave by the convenience store owners. But instead, Johnny Somali plays loud music. He starts dumping ramen all over the table. He throws ramen at people, starts dancing around, annoying the customers, doing all sorts of things. You can see right here, throwing ramen at people, right? Being an absolute menace. Doing something that could easily...
Okay, Rev, I know you're trying to be polite. So, Rev, on your behalf, I will say this for you. He's being a fucking asshole. He's being a childish little bitch. And I cannot wait to see this little child get his ass fucking spanked. Hammered. And not in the fun way.
Easily be described as, what's the phrase I'm looking for? Obstructing a business. And this is a very serious thing. It may not sound serious to you, but in South Korea, this charge can carry a lot of time in jail and some big fines that we'll get into in just a second. But to further collaborate or corroborate what we're talking about here, believe it or not, Johnny Somali actually has a TikTok account, which is kind of surprising. It's pretty much the only platform he has.
Okay. Rev just kind of made the point I was just about to make. He has a TikTok account because he's been banned from every fucking other platform. So, realistically speaking, I'm not surprised he has a TikTok account. Because got booted off a kick. Twitcher is fucking gonna have him. His YouTube has since been suspended. TikTok would probably be one of the very few platforms he'd be allowed onto. So, it honestly does make perfect sense that he would have a TikTok account. It doesn't. Oh, wait, is it? No, no, his follower count, his follower count is bigger than my Twitch followers. Have to give him that. He's got about 300 more. Oh, excuse me. He's got about 300 more followers than I do. Doesn't have my YouTube account beat up. I got more YouTube followers than him. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, less than my YouTube subs. That is correct.
Left at this point, he's been banned on Kick.
Also true, Revan. Very important. Very important.
He's banned on multiple accounts on Twitter, but he does have this TikTok, Johnny Somali here, where recently he uploaded this video. Again, I'm muting because of copyright. But
emergency passport.
Johnny Somali here, he is standing in front of the U.S. Embassy in Seoul, and he is flashing his passport. Now, here's something very interesting. All of my United States viewers probably already made this observation, but for those who don't know, there's something...
Cheer 100 rent for the brain cell.
Thank you, Leo. And just remember, I'm a very benevolent landlord dictator. S.
Off about that U.S. passport of his. Why is that? Well, if you're from the United States and you have a passport, you are likely aware that your passport is blue. It's like a navy blue color. And his passport, obviously,
navy blue, and has an RFID chip in it. It has they have an RFID chip right here.
Obviously, is not that color. It is purple. So that tells people like me that Johnny Somali had his passport taken away, at least temporarily, by the South Korean authorities. And then he was issued this new passport through South Korea. So that tells us that he has actually been taken in and had his passport taken away, which is something that is very serious. That doesn't just happen to Joe Schmo tourists walking down the street. They are very seriously treating Johnny Somali.
Hefe, renew your passport, Damer. Seriously, if you ever want to go anywhere, you're gonna need that passport, and you need to renew it. You're probably gonna have to do a whole brand new application. Good guy, yeah, all of you guys that have old passports with our
I don't know.
RFIDs.
Ember Twitch took in the kick streamer who crashed his supercar, so it's not impossible.
Yes, they took in the kickstream. Yes, they took in Jack Doherty. Twitch did. How long he's gonna last, I don't know. But Jack Doherty, while he's an asshole, he's not as egregious as Johnny Somali, where he's actively basically committing crimes on camera. And I think if he tried to stream on Twitch, he'd probably get booted pretty quick with the antics that he pulls. Jack Doherty's an asshole. But Johnny Somali's on a different level. Johnny Somali is on a different level. Not to mention what Jack is doing. He is banned on Twitch. Okay, I didn't know if he ever even tried to stream on Twitch. Also, let's not forget, Jack Doherty is doing this shit in the United States. Johnny is doing this in foreign countries. So that's another level. Don't forget about that. Now, whether or not that makes a difference to Twitch, I have no idea. I don't know. So, there.
Somali, he is not just some nuisance streamer. He is someone being treated very seriously by the government and by law enforcement. So let's now focus on some of the quotes from Legal Mindset here. If you don't know, he is an attorney who covers many different legal issues. And I'll put a link to this video and you can check out his channel if you want to as well. I highly recommend it. But he's going to tell us a little bit about the specific law that Johnny Somali violated and what he's being indicted for. So let's listen to what Legal Mindset.
According to Legal Mindset, they're doing this so he get a first offenser out of the way, then charge him with the other stuff and make it a felony. The felony on record. So, okay, so they're gonna layer charges. So they're gonna try and okay, excuse me. So they're trying to rush him through the court system, get a conviction, and then recharge him with the other stuff, and then force the passport away, and so the U.S. can't even do an emergency. Okay.
Had to say.
But let's read 314. This is what he's charged with. Interference with a business. A person who interferes with the business of another by the method of Article 313, that's the former article, so we'll read that one in a second, or by the threat of force, and we're going to get into what threat of force means, shall be punished by imprisonment for not more than 5 years or by a fine not exceeding 15 million won. By the way, whenever there's a fine exceeding 3 million won, you can be deported.
So as Legal Mindset, his chat, and I'm sure most of you watching this video would say about that possibility of being deported, no. You keep Johnny Somali. We don't want him, especially in the United States.
Yes.
Keep him away. Being deported is the only win that Johnny Somali could possibly have at this point. That is his only winning option. His only winning hand at this point is to be deported because he is stuck in Korea right now and he is being tacked on with charges already, and there's already an infinite branch of potential charges he could also face as a result of his publicly documented actions in Korea. So no.
And by the way, this hasn't been referenced yet. I don't know if it will. Just because Johnny Somali has a temporary emergency passport. Leave us not forget, just because he has that emergency passport doesn't mean he can leave the country. South Korea has put a flight ban in place on Johnny. So even with an emergency passport, if he tries to leave the country, they won't let him. There is a travel ban on him personally. So that passport does not mean fuck all for getting out of the country. So everybody's saying, oh yeah, he got an emergency passport and what have you. Yeah, it's for ID purposes only. It doesn't mean he can get out of the country. He's still trapped in South Korea. And if he tries to hide out in the embassy, I honestly don't think the US embassy is going to allow him to stay, to like hide out there, because if he does, that will cause an international incident between the United States and one of its biggest allies. And I guarantee you, the United States is not going to engage in an international pissing contest with South Korea over Johnny fucking Somali. They will boot his ass out of that embassy faster than a fucking Super Bowl field kicker. So, yeah, anybody, and chat, not necessarily you, but anybody out in the internets that is going, oh, he's got his temporary passport, his emergency passport, he can run away now. No. He's still stuck in Korea. They're not letting him out. He has a travel ban. So there's no way he can fly out even with a temporary passport. He's still fucked.
Nobody wants to see Johnny Somali deported at this point. It's a get out of jail free card for him, quite literally speaking as well. But you can also see here that Johnny Somali
Falcon, have a great night.
Up to 5 years for his convenience store outburst. That stuff, like I said, obstruct.
Well, Heckle, I have little doubt that they have done. They did a full travel ban. I think they actually did say travel ban, which encompasses all forms of travel. So, flight, train, boat, whatever. If he tries to exit the country, it ain't gonna go well for him. Guaranteed. They would probably, if he tried to flee the country, not only would they stop him, but then they would make the argument, Johnny Somali is now a flight risk. Throw his ass in jail until his trial. And I think maybe Johnny knows that, because that's probably why he hasn't tried to. So, yeah, because if he tries to leave the country, they won't let him out on his own recognizance like he has been. They will throw his ass in jail because now he has suddenly become a flight risk. And then he'll just basically sit in jail until his trial and eventual imprisonment. Well, okay, Andrea, yes, the embassy is guarded by the Marines, but the Marines have to follow orders. And if their higher ups say, let him in, they'll let him in. Wait, Shameson's here? Where's Shameson? Where's Shameson? Hi, Shameson. Oh, you missed something that was specifically, almost tailor-made for you to see. I didn't realize you weren't in chat. We watched the clip from Zombieland Saga where the girls did the rap number and the one member of their troupe was playing Shameson in the background. It wasn't hentai. Zombieland Saga is not hentai. Yeah, it was the clip where the zombie girls did the rap and there was the one musician was playing the Shameson as the musical accompaniment. Yeah, I'm sorry you missed it, Shameson. Because I love that. I love that musical number from that show.
Obstruction or interference with business is a big deal, and it's a potential long jail sentence for Johnny Somali. And I think that is very hilarious. Like I said, of all the wrongdoings Johnny Somali did, who would have thought his little annoying convenience store outburst would be the one that seems like it is concrete, right? Because looking back at the clip we watched just a couple of minutes ago, I mean, everything looks so clear, right? He's being a nuisance. He is obstructing the business. But as Legal Mindset points out, there's this phrase here, threat of force. And that's going to be really important. And he would also mention that during his time in Korea and also just through his connections, he has talked with a lot of people who are not only familiar and work with the Korean legal system, but also people who are just...
Shameson, I can tell you, it was after I did the react to Mrs. Eats talking about Japanese words used by Americans sometimes improperly. It's right after that. I don't know the timestamp for it, but just look for that react. It's literally right after that.
Generally knowledgeable of how these things work, and he's going to describe how important this threat of force language is under the statute.
This right here, threat of force.
Oh, shit, you're right. It was after the MTV one. Seamusin, it's after the react to the MTV Cribs one. You're right. Did that video dovetailed into it? Yeah, it's after the MTV Cribs one. Okay.
Has been used for people obstructing businesses in a wide category of things. So essentially, as soon as they tell you to leave and you do not leave, as soon as they tell you, hey, you need to leave the store, according to what I understand, if you do not leave, if you're obstructing the business, if you're ignoring them, you're ignoring what they're telling you, you can get hit with obstruction of business.
And what does that sound like? That sounds like what Johnny Somali was doing in that convenience store. Like I said, it's very easy to describe his pattern of behavior in that store. He was obstructing the business. He was being a nuisance. He was bothering customers after he was told to leave many times.
And I will say, this would actually translate into Western law too. It wouldn't be considered obstruction of business. It would be criminal trespass. So if he did what he did in the U.S., he could still be charged with a misdemeanor, not simply just disorderly conduct. He could actually be charged with criminal trespass. The moment a business tells you, you need to leave right now, and you refuse, you are now criminally trespassing on private property. Because a business is a private property. It is not a public property. It is private. So if you refuse to leave a business after they have said you need to leave, you are now committing criminal trespass. So different law, but same thing. Well, okay, if you did that in a home, now you're starting to delve into home invasion territory. But in a business, it would be criminal trespass, which, granted, it's a misdemeanor in most places. So it's typically speaking on most books, I think it would be like 1 year in jail, and I don't even know, the fine probably varies from like state to state and county to county. But it would still be a criminal offense, even in the States.
And he is someone who falls right under some of these looser definitions of threat of force, as pointed out here.
Right? So this has been used successfully against things like, for example, protests. Or things against people that are boycotting, but they're inside the store causing a commotion. So they're obstructing the business in a broad sense. They don't have to be violent and assault anyone. They just have to essentially not comply with your directions, with the directions of the business owner, the employee, right? And they can be hit with this. So understand this is something that can be used more broadly. And it has been used with people that were nonviolent, that were just in the business, right? Causing a commotion, causing a scene, and not following instructions to get out.
So that is very, very significant. I mean, based on that loose interpretation that the Korean legal system has used for threat of force, Johnny Somali just checked that off. And the fact...
Yeah, and Geronimo's, to your point that you're making, that you know, even in the embassy, as a citizen, you're still subject to the country's foreign laws, incorrect. That's why Julian Assange was hiding out in that, I think it was it the Russian embassy? Any embassy is considered that nation's embassy, it's considered their native soil. Yeah, it's okay, but it's embassies are considered basically supplanted native soil for that nation's embassy. That's why everybody, you know, when they're seeking asylum in a foreign country, they go to a foreign nation, they go to their embassy. Because you are safe in that embassy, you are basically on a transplanted piece of that country's soil. that's pretty much how embassies work. Now, again, this is not to say that the embassy will not kick your ass out if you've done something egregious, and they're like, no, we're not sheltering you for this. Get the fuck out. That's a totally different thing. And also correct on the Atanashi, host nations can remove an embassy. You are correct, because we've seen countries do that recently, where they will kick out diplomats and shutter embassies.
Has used for threat of force, Johnny Somali just checked that off. And the fact that they charged him with that specific charge is very, very important to pay attention to. They basically picked what appears to be a slam dunk. Something that is going to likely succeed if it goes to trial, which it appears it is going to trial. So Johnny Somali is really finding out. Because just like any other legal system, if you're going to charge someone, you want to charge something that's going to stick. You're not going to just charge Johnny Somali with 50,000 loose charges. You want to pick something that he is unlikely to wiggle away from. And likely he's also going to be working with a public defender. Like, I doubt he's going to hire his own defense attorney in Korea, or has even the ability or the means to do.
Forget about the ability or the means. How many private defense attorneys in South Korea will actually take on his fucking case? Like, I guarantee you, no private defense attorney, regardless of the money, is going to defend Johnny Somali. He will be, bro. Well, like, he could potentially have gotten the money from his followers. Like, he could have, like, one of his buddies put together, like, a GoFundMe, and potentially speaking, his followers could actually, provide enough money. They could. Shadow Sparta, don't say that they won't. They provided him enough money to do all these fucking crazy trips and everything. So don't say that they won't. Regardless of what a shitbag Johnny Somali is, he still has a following. He still has a following. He still has people giving him money. However, not a single fucking defense attorney in South Korea will touch Johnny Somali. Yes, I'm certain that they have public defense. I'm certain that they do. It's possible, Andrea, but I don't know. And Johnny, given the notoriety of Johnny Somali, because don't forget, reputation is a currency in Korea. That 100% is a currency. And I very seriously doubt that many defense attorneys in South Korea will take a hit to their reputation for money for Johnny Somali. I really have my serious doubts. So, and hi Abdul, how's it going? My chat has already responded correctly. Theoretically, K-Dog, hang on, please. If the attorneys in question are licensed for South Korean law, of which I'm sure there is like a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of numbers of attorneys in the U.S. that are actually licensed in Korea. That's where it would depend. Again. Well, yeah, but Johnny, this is different. As weird as this may sound, this is different. Because Johnny insulted the very country itself. And no Korean defense attorney is going to want the stigma of, I chose to defend the man who egregiously assaulted our country on the internet and broadcast it to the fucking world. You will be extremely hard-pressed to find any defense attorney, private defense attorney in South Korea that would be willing to take that hit.
Do so. So he is going to be facing a very uphill battle on a set of charges that he looks dead in the water on. He looks dead in the water with this stuff. And I want to add one more thing before we go here. It appears that Johnny Somali, through what appears to be Discord messages, is claiming...
What the fuck is this? I'm not even reading I'm not even reading the message yet. Are you fucking seeing this, chat? Oh, yeah! Really? He's going to name himself this. Holy fuck! Honestly, right now, Johnny's best defense is if his defense attorney makes a claim of mental retardation. That's gonna be his only possible chance, and who knows, given how fucking stupid he is, maybe he can be diagnosed that way. What the fuck? That weird lawyer guy says you are criminally charged in Korea. Is it true? But I do hope you can somehow get out of it. He needs to worry about the charge I'm filing against him. Why? You're going to try and threaten a lawyer with charges because he made a factual statement. I'm sorry, he does not have a functioning brain. I think he could legitimately be diagnosed with mental retardation at this point. I really do. I think he could actually get a legit diagnosis of mental retardation right now. He is that fucking stupid. Oh, sweet fuck.
He's filing charges on legal mindset now. Yes, ladies
No,
and
he's
gentlemen,
not.
he is flipping the script.
I know I just went on that rant about how he's so stupid. Now, what he's actually doing is he's trying to do a very, very, very transparent chest puffing. He's trying to metaphorically puff out his chest and say, I'm a Billy Badass. Look at what a Billy Badass I am. And nobody's buying it. That's all this is. He's just trying to say, I'm a badass, I'm all hard. You can't touch me, I'll fuck you up. And everybody's just looking at him like, oh, so cute. Oh, that's so cute. The little puppy's trying to act like he's a big mean dog.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
I agree.
I award you no points.
Yes.
And may God have mercy on your soul.
No. No mercy. Fuck mercy. No. Fucking ramrod that shit right up Johnny Somali's ass. No mercy. No lube and no mercy. Yeah.
And saying that legal mindset needs to...
The more you're gonna find out.
And, Matt Mason, thank you for the follow and welcome. Well, Hesse, I consider that lubrication.
Worry about the charge he's filing against him. Wow, that is very interesting stuff coming from Johnny Somali. Yeah, it's going to be pretty hard to press charges and to file a lawsuit. I should say,
and no courtesy of a reach round either.
Against legal mindset, while he is quite literally facing trial for his own criminal actions, or alleged criminal actions at this point. No.
I know Rev has to say alleged. I understand that. This is not alleged. It's on fucking video. He proudly live streamed it. There is no fucking alleged anymore. I know, legally speaking, I understand the distinction there. I do. That's why I said I understand why Rev has to say it, because from a legal standpoint, I understand. There is no fucking alleged. He fucking did it. I'm not a journalist. I'm just some stupid fucking cat girl on Twitch offering an opinion. Here's my opinion. This ain't fucking alleged. He fucked around. He broadcasted to the fucking world on stream. He did it. Now he's finding out. Revan, go for it. Be my fucking guest. That's all I gotta say.
Going to be facing some bigger things. So this is just another empty threat from Johnny Somali. I mean, we can add legal mindset to the list of people Johnny Somali has threatened with a lawsuit, including Dexerto.
Oh, what happened, J10? Did you get booted off of Twitch? Booted off the app or something? Oh, I'm sorry your Twitch app's bugging. Welcome back.
The list of people Johnny Somali has threatened with a lawsuit, including Dexerto, PewDiePie, among many others at this point, I'm very sure. But again, to really bring this home, I mean, to think, this
Hello,
is
Tornado.
going to be his undoing potentially
Hi.
in Korea and for his nuisance streaming career. He just couldn't leave people alone. And I think of all the things, he's done a lot of terrible...
Okay, I want to hear that line again. My attention was split there. I want to hear that line from Rev again.
In Korea and for his... This is going to be his undoing potentially in Korea and for his nuisance streaming career. He just couldn't leave people alone. And I think of all...
Just couldn't leave people alone. It goes beyond that. I'm sorry, it goes so beyond that. Because it's not like leaving people alone. His existence, his entire existence, is to cause disruption and chaos. He does it directly by, like, what we're seeing in this. We're seeing it when he's on, like, fucking buses and blasting fucking music that his chat picks from the speakers. Him SAing freaking national statues that are monuments to the SAing that was done to the women of the country. It's so much more beyond just leave people alone. It is. It's I understand Reb is like breaking it down, like simplifying it to be quite frank. It just goes so but it's not that.
All the things. He's done a lot of terrible things, but for this to be the downfall, the potential downfall of Johnny Somali is really poetic. It's poetic. You know, just the definition of a nuisance streamer goes into public in a foreign area and is annoying and just disrupts everyone's day. And if this is what brings him in, that is poetic, like I said. And if he thinks he's having a hard time, by the way, having a hard time walking the streets, a free man in Korea right now as a tourist, wait till he goes into jail potentially. Do you think he's going to do very well? This is a man.
There comes a point in a person's life they have to take responsibility for their own actions, but I think in a case like this, there's still room to blame the parents or parents singular if that applies, because this obviously person had a good moral upbringing. Yeah. Well, this is we looked into his parental upbringing. He comes from a wealthy family. So this is that bullshit affluenza thing. That's what it is. If memory serves, his when we looked up his parents, I think that they were rich. So this is like, it's very much like Jack Doherty. He's brought up rich. He's never suffered consequences in his fucking life. So he thinks he can do anything. That's it. It's you know, not as a legal defense, but he basically is suffering from the mental derangement of affluenza. Not as a legal defense, but that's what he's having. And it's not a defense. Like, even if it's a mental condition, It's an inflicted mental condition. Like self-inflicted. And the parents are to blame for this. The parents are partially to blame. When you, even if you are well off or rich, as a parent, your job is to raise your child right. Clearly they didn't with Johnny Somali. They clearly didn't.
Who is not only a foreigner who would be in a foreign prison system, which is already a lot of trouble for someone in a situation like that, but this is someone who's there because he is openly disrespecting the culture. That is going to be a brutal, brutal experience if he ends up there. And honestly, again, just like anyone.
Okay, Hefe? I'm not going to commentate on whether or not you are, in real life, a fuck up. I'm not going to say yes or no on that, because I don't know you. But, do you run around doing shit like Johnny Somali? Do you run around causing chaos, disrupting everybody's lives for clicks and views and donations? I'm going to hazard a guess and say the answer is no. So, trust me, it's not the same thing. It is not. You are not you are not in the same league. Trust me. Okay. Yeah. Everybody's gotta grow up. He's gonna grow up, hopefully in prison. That is hopefully gonna be his I'm gonna grow up moment is inside of a prison. Cause that's the only way he's going to quote unquote grow up. The only way he grows up is either prison time or he fucks with the wrong person and nearly gets unalived. That might finally wake him up. If he nearly gets unalived, that might actually be enough of a wake-up call for him to go, okay, I need to stop fucking around. Maybe.
Observing what's going on here, nobody feels sorry for this dude. He has reaped what he has sown for a very long time, and we're just...
And let's face it, what we saw in this convenience store here, this is tame. This is tame compared to the other shit that we saw him doing. Because don't forget, in addition to this shit, there's the essaying of the comfort statues. There was when he jumped right in the middle of a broadcast of a musical group that was doing a broadcast. He just jumped right in the fucking middle of it. There was the girls that he chased down into the cosmetic store. Like, this shit is just a small part of all the shit that we've seen in just clips. And I'm guessing there's a fuckload more that we haven't seen. And so, like you guys were saying in chat, they're going to get a conviction for this one offense, and then they're immediately going to drop the hammer of all those other charges. And because it's not first-time offender anymore, they're just gonna lay into him with it. I hope that's the case. I hope. He chased. Oh yeah. So yeah. So if he chased it, so they're definitely gonna fuck his world up if he did that. So yeah, from what you guys said earlier, they're gonna get that first-time offender thing out of the way with this singular charge, and then they're going to drop everything else right onto his fucking head. And you're not gonna be able to get away with first-time offender in court. Yep. That's probably what's gonna happen. T-Dog? No. I think, I do believe he fully realized, I do think he knows what he did is wrong on an intellectual level. I do believe he may think that what he did is wrong on a base intellectual level. But she doesn't care. Because he's never received punishment. So he knows it's wrong, but he also knows he won't receive punishment for it. So it doesn't matter. That's what it is. He understands it on a base intellectual level, but because of his history, he has basically learned erroneously that he can do anything and he won't get in trouble for it. The most will get is they'll say, okay, you gotta leave the country. And that's it. Andrea, that is possible that he's saying that, nobody got hurt is like where he might consider himself innocent. Maybe. I think it's more along the lines of he doesn't think he gets punished for anything. That he can basically do anything he wants and will never get punished because he's never been punished. That's what I think his mindset is.
For this dude, he has reaped what he has sown for a very long time, and we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens next with this trial that has been indicated. And if we have any updates, of course, you're gonna hear it from me. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad we waited for that one because that definitely gave me and us a lot of good information on what the hell's happening with it. Okay, getting back on track. I could go off track like this all night. Yeah, this is Johnny's apparent apology. It's only 2 minutes long. I'd meant to show this before, but now is a really good time after watching that Red video. This is apparently an apology that he made. That's been posted to Twitter. The cancel Johnny ass feed.
소말리만 사과하자. 앵크. 고마워. 때리러 온 게 아니니까. 진짜 잘했어.
소말리? 우리 그냥 토킹, okay?
Yeah, we can talk. We don't need to fight.
No fight.
Okay, I'll say right now, I want to apologize to the Korean people. I was not aware of the significance of the statue. I was trying to get,
What? Chat, help me out here. Actually, no. I'm gonna look this up. Hang on. I want to see something. I'm reasonably sure. Yeah. You weren't aware? Chat, right here. I'm kind of blocking it. You see this right here? It's in fucking English, numbnuts. The explanation of the reason why the statue exists. And this is the statue that he fucked around on once. It's in fucking English. It explains why the statue is there.
Cheer 100 yay, that boy lying through his teeth, I can see it in his face.
Yeah.
There is no remorse whatsoever.
Not at all, J10. And yes, Kanito, as big of a dumb fuck as he is, yes, I'm assuming he reads. I am. He does read. So the lie detector test determined that was a fucking lie. So, liar. Starting off hot. How many 19 seconds in. Already lied. 19 seconds fucking in.
You know what I mean? It was just entertainment from our audience. We're from America. We really don't know much about the Comfort Woman or much about.
It doesn't fucking matter, dude. You were right. Number one, explained in English. Number one. Number two, it's a statue of a woman, and you're fucking grinding on it.
Cheer 100 yeah, he deserves everything he's getting.
And fuck you. And he's gonna try and pull the I'm an American, we don't understand. Dude, go fuck yourself in the ass. No lube, no courtesy of a fucking reach around with a barbed wire dildo. Fuck You. This is why foreign nations like Korea, like Japan, are banning English speakers from their businesses. This is why we are hearing about this. It's been done before now. It is before now. But why we're now hearing it with more prevalence is because of shit like this, of him saying the excuse, I'm just a stupid American.
About the statue, where we're from. So when I saw this statue, I came upon it on my stream. At first, I really didn't even know what it was. So now, after I see the reaction from the Korean people, I see that it really.
Yeah, Patra, Kyoto. Kyoto, Japan is it's one such place. No tourists, no foreigners. At all. They're totally banned in Kyoto. And, Tayari, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Oh, 100% full crapyard dog. Because this was done after he realized he might get charged. 100%. He did this after he realized, oh shit, I'm about to get charged with a crime. And so he's trying to do a public-facing apology to try and get them to go, okay, fine, we'll back off. Team backing off. So yeah.
Really hurt you guys, and my intention in coming to Korea was not to cause this kind of shitstorm. My intention was to come here, do my live streams, make content, and be funny. It wasn't really, I didn't want to cause pain or get anybody in trouble or make anybody go to jail or catch assault cases or stuff like that.
No, Johnny, you didn't want yourself to go to jail. Let's get that shit straight. You didn't want yourself to go to jail. And guess what?
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
And yeah, correct. He's not funny. I think that video where he said he wasn't sorry might have been before this one. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but the video where he said I'm not sorry might have been before this one. Possibly. I could be wrong. He could have made that video where he said I'm not sorry after this one. But I don't know.
Like this, you know what I mean? Because that's when it's going too far. Yeah. Truly, it's a hurtful thing. It's something that hurts the Korean pride and the Korean culture. In America, we have a different kind of comedy, and we have a different kind of culture.
Dude? Again, stop trying to say I'm the stupid American. Because guess what? None of them buy it. None of them actually buy it. What they're doing is they're allowing him to dig himself deeper. That's what they're doing. Okay, baby divas, have a good night. Yeah, they are...
Bull fucking shit. You knew exactly what you were doing. Fuck, he pisses me off.
God damn, that sounds with authority coming from the Space Marine. Fucking hell, J-Ted, that came out with some authority. I love it. And yeah, one of the guys is that Special Forces guy that knocked him the fuck out. Well, no, he didn't knock him out, but he definitely knocked him on his fucking ass. That's why they start off saying, not here to fight. That's why they opened it up that way and saying, this is not to fight. Yeah, exactly right, yeah. That Space Marine TTS came out with some goddamn authority. Oh yeah, he's not, not that, you can see by the look on their faces, they're like, dude, we ain't buying this. You know we're not buying this.
Culture in America, and Korea, it's a totally different kind of place where this kind of behavior is not acceptable. So let's do it.
Yes.
Okay. I'm open to it.
Can you guys tell me a little bit more of the history of the statue?
He's doing the fucking Asman thing. He's doing the goddamn Asman thing. Wait, what? Thank you, Cortanis. Thank you. I'm trying to be angry with Johnny here. You can't be making me melt like that. Thank you. And yeah, Revan, you're right. He's acting like he still can't read. And Noob Sabotage, thank you for the follow. Yeah, he's acting like he's at that same statue we just talked about.
Hey, Johnny, sit on it and rotate twice over bitches like you are what make me want to obliterate this planet rather than conquer.
I, for one, welcome our new Omni Overlords. No, I didn't do Tornado. I did not do the Distant Worlds 2 expedition. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the same goddamn statue as this one. Maybe not. I don't know if this is an add-on that somebody put on here or if that's actually built into the statue or not. It sure as fuck looks like it, though. No, it's not. It's not. It's missing the posts right here, so this is a different statue. But it's probably still got the same fucking plaque. And what I was saying was, he's pulling a fucking Asmongold. That's what he's doing. Remember when Asmongold did his I'm sorry video? And in that video... Remember in that Asmongold I'm sorry video, I said, when he said, I actually want to go visit that country, that I said that I think that their people are bad for what they do. And he said, oh, I actually want to go visit that country and learn about it.
Cheer 1000.
Thank you, Dragon Rider. Thank you. Guys, I'm trying to be a mean cat girl here. You gotta stop making me smile. Cross Riders. Yeah, but that's what he's doing. He's doing the same fucking bullshit thing that Asmon did. Like, he quote unquote, bearing in mind, insulted the people in that part of the nation and then comes back with, oh, I've always wanted to go visit that nation and learn about their people. He's doing the same fucking thing right here. He grievously insulted it and is like, can you now tell me about this culture, good sir? He's doing the same fucking thing.
Because I haven't done too much research.
Okay, he got it. So.
Yeah, you didn't do too much research, but you sure as hell fucking grinded on it.
Chat, we're all in agreement. We're gonna make her smile. Cheer 100.
Cortanis, I don't know about all over Korea. I do believe they are very prevalent in Seoul, I think. I don't know if it's all over Korea. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, Franklin, I'm wondering too. That was a very odd way to say chat. I think it was the question mark. I think the question mark did it.
I think killing and assault is too far for it, but...
Wait, what the fuck? How do we jump there? Hang on. How the fuck do we jump there?
I think killing and assault is too far. Can you guys tell me a little bit more of the history of the statue? Because I haven't done too much research.
Okay, he got it. So.
I think killing and assault is too far for it, but I do see where they're coming from, and I see how it hurt them as a country and it hurt their pride. And it wasn't my intention when I first came here. You know, I wanted to come here.
Cheer 100 chat.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Peef, I think it would have been different if the Cheer 100 wasn't in the front. Like, obviously there's a jump cut here, so he was obviously talking about something else. I don't know what. It ain't you why he tried. Rygat? I love you. I fucking love you. You are the first person in chat that has made the correlation without me encouraging it. Rygat, I fucking love you right now. Thank you. I have made this reference so many goddamn times and nobody ever gets it. Thank you.
When I first came to South Korea, I'm not gonna lie, I have like a lot of my other content before the statue incident has been great. All the Koreans have treated me great. Like I've had nights out drinking with Koreans,
I will
partying
explain,
with
Johnny.
Koreans, and they've showed me the utmost hospitality and respect. So honestly, that I hit a nerve this much, I think it's good to be a man and apologize.
You're not a man.
For what I've done.
You're not a man. You are a pathetic little boy. You're not a man. So go fuck yourself, kindly.